Hello, welcome everyone to question number 10. Longest distinct characters in a string. From the topic strings in Geek for Geeks must do interview questions. Have a quick look at the question and we'll be discussing the approach and the meaning. Now let's go into the question. Here we got a example. Okay, it is a string named as which has Geeks for Geeks as a string example. Now the question is saying that we have to find the longest distinct characters in a string. Okay, visually you can find the unique characters that are present in an order. That will be EKSFORG, or another one can be there are two longest distinct characters which are of same length. That will be KSFORG. Okay, this one is one example and this one is one example. Okay, both are having 7 characters. Okay, these are the longest distance characters. Now how can we find those longest distinct characters is the question. I hope we have known now what is the longest distinct character in a string. Okay, the unique characters in a row should be present and that should be the maximum in the whole string. Okay, now let's discuss the approach in terms of coding. Now in coding, what we are going to do is we are taking 2 pointers, and the both pointers will be starting from the same index. That will be from G, which is the index 0. Okay, I, J are both present here, and you know how the index works. This will be 0, this will be 1, and it will continue. Now I have written all the indexes here. Okay, now let us start the approach to this question. So how we are going to find the unique distinct character is we're taking ij initially at the index 0, and we'll be iterating using the j index. Okay, j index could be treated as a right side and I index can be utilized as the left side index. Okay, and right side minus left side index will give us the total length. Okay, now how we will start is we will be taking a list here. Okay, and that list will store all the ASCII characters. Okay, and in ASCII characters, you know there are 256 combinations, right? So we will make a list of 256 combinations and we will make all of false. Okay, everything will be false. We will store false as an answer in that at the start, and I'm only mentioning those ASCII values which are given in the example. Okay, for different example, different ASCII characters can be used, but for this particular example, I'm only using the given string ASCII characters. Okay, now as we starting from the left side, what happens is if G is already false, that we told that we're initializing it as a false. Now while iterating, if G is false, we will make that thing true. Okay, now this is true. Earlier it was false. Okay, if false only, then we will convert it to true. But if it is already true, then there is another condition. Okay, we will know that sooner. Now E is false now at the start. At the start, everything is false. Now E has been converted to true now. Okay. Now if the J index come to this point, now it is at index 2. Okay. Now it search for E ASCII value. Now the E ASCII value has already been converted to true. Now what happens is whenever the ASCII value is true, okay, in the list, then we move the left pointer. And what is the left pointer? That is I here. So what this I does is it will make everything false from the left side starting. Now I is at 0 and 1. Okay, 0, 1, what positions we have? We have G and E. Okay, while doing this, okay, before this, it will store the total length given. Okay, total length till this point. Till this point, how much is the length? It is 2. So it will store 2 till that part. Okay, and we are mentioning the total length as T for now. Okay, in coding, the way it can be little bit different, but I'm trying to explain as best I can. So first we have 2 and this will be stored 2 now. Okay, now left pointer is moving and it will come to this J position only. Okay, it will come to J position. While coming to the J position, what it does, it will make everything false. If it is true, it makes false. When it comes to J, then the I will be stopped here. So now I is here, now J is here. Again, J will work as usual. Now the true has been removed and made false now. Okay, now J will count again. J will start counting E. Okay, now E will be again true here. It was false. Okay, this is the second false. I will write here below. Now J will be true here. Okay, that's fine. It is false, now it is making true. Now K ASCII value. K ASCII value, it is making true. S ASCII value, it is making true. F ASCII value, it is making true. Similarly, for O also and for R, it is making true because it was false earlier. Now again for G, it is making true. It was false earlier. Now, if we count how many truths are there in here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 truths. Okay. Now, the next J iteration will be at E position here. Now, when it comes to the E, okay. Now, see, before also E has come one time. Okay. Now, that E is true. Okay. I told that whenever true comes, other condition will come. That other condition, I will be moving from the left side and I will change truths to falses. Okay, before that it will store the maximum length value. So the maximum length value here is 7. Okay, now max t is 7 now. Okay, after that I will make all of these false again. Everything will be false. All these values that were true earlier, everything will be false, and I will be coming at the j position again. Okay, and it will continue till the loop ends, and we will be taking the maximum length out of every substring we got. Okay, these are, we have many of our substrings, but we want the maximum of the substring where the characters are unique, or you can say distinct. Okay, and we got the answer 7. Okay, this is the approach to this question. I hope you have understood. If you still haven't understood, let's go to the coding section. It will be very much clear after seeing the code. Okay, even after seeing the code, if it is not clear, you can leave a comment below where you're facing the problem. Now let's go to the coding part. This is the ASCII table. Okay, you can have a look. I will be sharing the link of this also. What are the ASCII values? This is values only for only letters. Okay, there are other symbols also, including all other symbols. There are 256 ASCII characters. Now coming to the, now we're inside the coding part here. Okay, the same thing is happening. Whatever we have explained, if the length is 0, obviously there is no character to iterate, so we're returning 0. If the length is 1, there can only be one unique character, so we are returning 1. Okay, max length is 0. Okay, this is the max length that we have mentioned in the presentation. That will be updated every time, and we have to take the maximum length, and we'll be storing that in the max length variable here. And this visited is a list containing 256 ASCII characters, and this is the ij variable that we have used. Okay, left side is I and right side is j. Okay, those are the variables that we use in presentation. Okay, now the same thing is happening. We're checking right side should be smaller than length of s, of course, because it cannot go out of bounds. Okay, it cannot cross the last index, so that's why we're using this condition. Till it crosses the last index, we are iterating. Okay, if this condition will be only accepted if it is true, but remember I told all the values initially are false. Okay, all the values are false initially, so it will ignore the if condition and it will change those ASCII values to true. Okay, it will change all those ASCII values to true, and it will be the max length will be taking the maximum. Okay, every time it changes its max. Okay, finally after iterating all the loop will be getting one max value, and that is what we will be returning to the function. I hope you have understood the question. If you still haven't understood, just comment down below where you're facing the problem. We'll be very quick to respond. If you have any extra email IDs, please do subscribe and support our channel. And thank you for watching till then. Let's meet in another question.